Hello there guys, Ultragamer64 here, and today I've got another episode of Ultragamer Talks About. This is the series where you guys can request anything that you want me to talk about, and I will give my personal experience, my insight, and anything that you guys need to know on that topic. Now this week I've not gotten any requests, so I'm going to be talking about maturity and just kind of growing up in general, because in my opinion, there's a lot of people that kind of use maturity in a bad way, and I'll go into all that later in the video, but let's get started. Now, maturity is a very important thing for anybody, because you need to mature to be able to function properly and just be a person, really. Maturity is in every single person that has ever existed and will exist. It's a natural, well, it's a normal thing, but not, I don't know. I didn't mean to say natural, but it can either be a good thing or a bad thing, like most things. But there's a certain stigma about maturity. Like, I'm a sophomore in high school, and our teachers say all the time when we're goofing off, "You guys need to mature," and that sounds stupid to me, because if we've made it this far and we're sophomores, most of us have jobs, if not all. We're starting to drive, all this kind of stuff. We must be somewhat mature, or else we wouldn't be doing all these things. In my opinion, being mature isn't determined by your interests, what you like to do, what you do in your spare time. Like, as you guys know, I make videos for all of you. I play video games, I watch movies, I watch anime, I watch Super Sentai, I watch Kamen Rider. I watch all of those things and play all of those things and just do all of that. And people find me to be immature just because all of these things. And someone, on the other hand, no offense to any of you that may do this, but any of you that, or anybody that plays sports or, like, does normal, like, society-driven things in a way, they are, for whatever reason, mature. And that just doesn't seem right to me. The way that I determine maturity is on your age, and if you can function in normal society, and if you can do well in normal society. Since I have a job, I get good grades in school, I come home, I help my family out, I do all these things, and play video games and all that kind of stuff in my spare time, I think I'm more mature than, like, some people in my high school. Not pointing any fingers, but some of you know who you are. I don't think anyone from my high school watches this video, or watches my videos. Alright, I'm getting off topic. But if you're able to function in normal society, and you can do all these things, then I find you more mature than some people. Like, I know that a 3-year-old isn't going to be able to be mature, but sometimes, like, even seniors at my school are sometimes labeled as immature. And that is just stupid, because they've got to keep up with the senior high school life, and they have to keep up with their jobs and stuff at home, and working out to get to college. I mean, seniors are some of the most mature people I know, in a way. And just the way that I think maturity is, I mean, it's just put on people, you're so immature, you're immature because you do this, you're immature because you like that. That shouldn't be how it's determined. I mean, especially teachers. Teachers are very, very, very guilty of this. Just calling some kid immature because he spits a spitball. It's funny. It's fun, okay? We have nothing else to do in school, so why not spit a spitball at some girl that's across the room? I mean, it's funny for a second or two. It's not like we're gonna do it every day. It's just funny at that moment. I mean, that doesn't mean someone's immature if they spit a spitball, but for whatever reason, teachers, if you literally do anything wrong, you're pretty much labeled as immature, and that kind of sucks. And immature isn't all physical things either. It's also mental. And maturing can either, like, kind of in a way lead you down a bad path or a good path, but it doesn't really affect your decisions that much. Like, you think through things better, and you start to think about what could happen instead of just going off and doing something. But in a way, it doesn't really affect your whole life. It just affects, like, a section in a way. Just hitting that point where you do mature into the stage where you can hold a job and, like, get through school well and all that. Just that point when you hit that, that's really, to me anyways, the only time when maturity really affects your life. But, sometimes maturity can change people. Sometimes people stay the same with maturity, and they just change on their own, or they choose to change something about themselves. Just maturity is something that seems very important. I mean, it is important, but not as important as people think. Like I said earlier with my example, the spitball. Just because someone spits one doesn't mean it's immature. I mean, it's fun in that moment. I mean, they know that they shouldn't be doing it, of course, and that's mature of them to know that they're not supposed to do it, but in that moment, it might be funny. And it was pretty funny when that happened, actually. That's funny to some people. To some people, it's not. And they may be, in a way, more mature than you because they don't find it funny. There's just a lot of factors that kind of go into it. So, just be aware that maturity is a good thing, and it lets you advance in life, but it can also have its downfalls. So, that is going to be the end of this video. If you guys enjoyed it, then leave a huge like, and remember to keep on gaming, stay amazing, and I will see you guys next time.